Hey everyone, it's another episode of Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and what the hell is this? Oh, it's Young Justice number 3. Of course, look at that. We got Impulse, Flash from the Future, Superboy, clone of Superman and Lex Luthor, and Robin, Teen Wonder, Tim Drake. Can't keep track of how many Robins there are right now and how many super teams like Young Justice, but that doesn't matter. We can always use more, right? All right, so if you've been following along with Young Justice, you know it sucks. It sucks bad. Here's the alternate cover. Oh, man. Bendis, it was popular one time. He came on the scene with Daredevil, revamped it, was the most famous or the hottest thing since Frank Miller had been on Daredevil. And ever since then, people have been thinking Brian Michael Bendis was the next Frank Miller. But he's not. It's a hoax. Something's wrong. This guy, I don't want to say he doesn't know how to write comics because he has written some comics, but he's given up trying to write comics for a long time. He's just a hack right now. He wants to be in a writer's room. He wants to be a showrunner. He doesn't give a shit about comics. And I think he believes his shit doesn't stink. He's one of those people. He's like a Gail Simone. He can just write garbage, and he's so utterly impressed with himself with this garbage that he's unable to see that it's garbage. So, like this previous issue of Young Justice, we start off with sort of a flashback, basically scenes that should have been in the first issue. If you read the first issue, I likened it towards the opening animation of an 80s cartoon like Thundercats, where they take, 60, 90 seconds of animation and they introduce every single character in this like sequential sort of thing where they like come in and wazow, it's me, and then boom, the next guy, and then finally showing the villain at the end, like Mumra. So Justice League number 1 was exactly that. These characters didn't matter. They all just showed up, and it's like, wow, look at me. I'm the most awesome. Look at me. I'm taking a selfie, and I'm the shit. And then at the very end, just like Mumra, the villain shows up and like, I'm the main villain. Dun 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 dun. The end. And it was just one exaggerated opening scene. So here, at the end of that comic, we had Superboy, because that was his entrance. And he just shows up like, look at me, I'm Superboy. I'm just on this planet that you randomly happen to get to. And Superboy happens to be there. Coincidence? Methinks not. And Impulse, who just happens to be in the real world too. It's all just random. Everyone just happens to randomly be around. Oh my God, Connor, is it really you? Oh, look. Oh, hold on. Let me get a look at... Nope. Busy. Oh, jeez. I get these characters are supposed to be people, and I get people have emotions. I don't read comic books to see mushy hugs and, oh, I missed you. Oh, I missed you too. Where have you been? Like, that's all these books are, is just mushy, touchy-feely, and not touchy-feely in the good way, like it pulls on your heartstrings, like forced touchy-feely, like, oh, dude, how are you even here? How am I here? How are you here? Where is here? How could you not know where you are? It's important, Bart. Imagine not always know when I am, or thinking you're still getting away with that jacket. It's important, Bart. How did you get here? Again, here is... Oh, for fuck's sake. I just read all this dialogue, and it's nothing. It's just back and forth. This is Brian Michael Bendis trying to do that old joke of who's on first, If you don't know the joke, we're going to go. But if you know the joke, and Eric Breen, I'm talking to you, you know this joke. You're going to get, this is him. Like, who this, it's called Gym World. It's pretty great. It is? Why are you here now? Dude, he just told you it's pretty great. Why aren't you home? Dude, he just told you it's pretty great. I top to bottom Love it here. Wait, oh my God, are you a farmer? I'm a Kent. I've always been a farmer. Well, half of me. No, not even half of you has been. You're not half Kent. You're half Kal-El. Stupid Bendis doesn't understand the shit that he writes. Yes, you're half super criminal DNA and half, I don't know, Kryptonian scientist DNA. You have zero Kent DNA. Zero. Tell me excuse me. We weren't done with our big moment. Oh my God. The dialogue. So villains show up, and of course, the bad thing is that they interrupted the moment. And I gotta say, it is tragic. I was saying tragic and travesty at the same time, and then this word doesn't come out right. It's a travesty having Patrick Gleason's art wasted on this book. Now, Sergeant Bass recently said that Gleason's phoning it in. I don't think that's the case at all. I really love this panel here. You get a real sense of impulse being super fast. And this can be difficult for artists, I think, to render. Some just do like speed lines or whatever, but this whole zip, 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 your mind immediately processes that he's just all over the place, faster than the eye can really tabulate. I love that scene. You're trespassing. How so? You're not allowed here. This is not Earth. You're trespassing. What? You just literally invaded my planet. And as King of Earth, I hereby place you under arrest. What nonsense are you speaking, Sparkle Boy? That's kind of funny. You interrupted our court's holy mission. Oh, really? We sabotaged him getting his holy butt kicked by the OG Superman. He's doing great, by the way. Cool. Just so stupid. You're about to fucking die by supervillains, but you just talk like hipster shit. Oh yeah, cool. And you're gonna see why this lingo, this whole dialogue is stupid anyway, right? It's this peacocking. Blah 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 blah. Blah, we're gonna talk big. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. Oh wait. I thought you were peacocking. What's going on? You're just submitting. Now, remember this guy who's faster than the eye can see? Apparently, not too fast for a big guy here. Just whatever. So he's like, it's not Superman. And then we get not Patrick Gleason art. What the hell? Okay, so this is Victor Bogdanovich, which it's not bad art. I don't necessarily. Don't want to pick on Victor. He's a fine artist. It's just his style is so different than Gleason that it was jarring to turn the page here. You're like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, just do the whole book with this guy or not at all. This guy's style is too different to interject in the same book. So here we see, now we got to do flashback to Superboy. Like last issue, we did flashback to Wonder Girl. Now we got Superboy, and it's just as dumb. He's beating up on some gem monster here. I wonder where that thing came from. Then we've got the military. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I thought you were a proper Superman for a second. Thought you were a proper Superman for a second, bitch. Remember when Superman died? Oh, you don't, because DC's rebooted their universe 50 times since then. No, they haven't, just twice. When Superman died, they had the reign of the Superman. This was one of them. He's a proper Superman. Close, hi, wait a second. Except that didn't happen in this universe. What the hell are you doing here? We don't know. Superboy, apparently Connor Kent, has been in Rebirth the whole time. He's a high school kid. He's not even a good high school kid. He just decided to crash in on the super secret military thing. Oh, here he is in high school texting on WayneNet, which I guess is like Batman's Twitter. Get it? No, I guess it's Batman's Google. Whatever. He's Googling something, figuring out teachers talking about something that, of course, is completely irrelevant. Oh, and of course it ties into Batman. Some of us don't get to dress up like a bat and punch people we don't like. But the rules are for what? To set the norm. To set the norms and the tones for all society. That's what the author was desperately trying to tell you. Rules, Mr. Kent, are there so we know who is breaking them. Get it? That's not why rules are there, just so we can know who's breaking them. You can't break rules that aren't there. Rules are there to control people. SJWs never get that, though. Or they do get it, and they pretend that they don't. Sure, but who made the rules? We did, Connor. Yes. The liberal indoctrination system that is public teaching is part of. It's funny that they don't even get these references. They're using allegory and metaphor, and they don't even understand it. It's by accident. Yes, you did. You want to control people. The liberals of the world believe in control of the people. That is what it means to be liberal. I know some people are going to sit here and argue with me. No, but it does not. No, yes, it does. On the left, I won't say liberals. I'm going to say leftists. Okay, sorry for you liberals. Leftists, which liberals are all left, by the way. If you're on the left, on the very absolute left, which no one is, right? Imagine the far left is this unreachable thing. It's to the absolute extreme. It's 100% tyranny. It's 100% socialist control, right? It's the nightmare future of George Orwell's 1984, where Big Brother controls everything. There's zero personal freedom. On the far right, which also is not really obtainable, no one is actually on the far right, it's just this direction, right, is absolute anarchy, where there is zero government control. Society has no form of organized government. Everyone is out for themselves. There's no rules, lawlessness, chaos, whatever. That's the absolute far right. In the middle is where most people are. Some people lean a little left, some people lean a little right. Everyone believes in some sort of social control and social order. It's really about how much you believe in. If you're a leftist, you believe in lots of social control. We need lots of rules. We need lots of regulation. We need lots of government interference. If you're on the right, you believe in, we need less of that. We need as little as possible. We need a lot of personal freedom, right? And then there's the big battle in between. And then it gets all mucked up because of parties, and parties skew things up, and people think that parties define the left and right spectrum, which they don't. They just fall on it. Temperature does not affect the thermometer. The thermometer only measures the temperature. Blah, sorry, that was a political science lesson for the day. So let's move on. I do like Connor Kent's a rebel here. He's rebels against the indoctrination system of public teaching, which is all state controlled. So they have a conflict of interest in teaching kids to be free thinking. It's madness that I'm sitting here when there's so much other stuff that needs to be done. No, I meant it feels, are you really just leaving? I'm only here because of my DNA. Well, I see it now. It's crazy, but hey, it's what I had to do to get to this point. Now that I'm here, though, I gotta go. It's been an absolute pleasure. You are completely kick-ass at your job, and everyone here says it. No, they don't. Stacy, I'll text you. If I can. Whoosh, flies away. So stupid. This is where I don't like Connor Kent. It's like, oh, it's kind of cool, this free thinking. And then, no, it's just a Kardashian. I'm sorry, Dr. Glory. Nobody wants to touch the creature with their bare hands or with gloves. Superboy person touched it with his bare hands. Well, Dr. Glory, that was a super person. We are not. Blah, 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 blah. You're back. Lovely. So, yeah, I was sitting in class. High school or college? No one talks. High school. Huh. Who cared? I was sitting there thinking about blah, 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 blah. More self-absorbed important talking. Bendis. You could get this all done in like one page, but you just go page after page. So I must tell you, to be fair, it's nothing personal. I was created in a lab. It could just be the coats or how it was made, but I just feel like I can just blow shit up and destroy shit that's not mine because I'm curious. This is supposed to be a hero. What's going on here? I'm just going to destroy your shit. I'm a high school kid. This is why high school kids would never really actually be allowed to run around posing as heroes. The government would just... you're not even allowed to drive cars, for God's sake. You're not old enough to have a beer. You're not old enough to vote for public officials because you aren't... It's not that you're not smart enough. You're not well-adjusted enough. You haven't been able to put your intellect with your experience to have wisdom, okay? You're not wise. Oh, look at you blew shit up and you found this secret gem thing that's going on and you fucked with it and we get the best scene of the comic book. Oopsie, Superboy got zapped somewhere. So this is a good fable. Bendis managed to, he didn't tell it really well because it was all wordy and full of nonsense filler words just because he's self-impressed with himself, but the end story, this is a fable. You mess with it, you do what you shouldn't be doing, you get zapped to another world, the end. But it's not the end. So we've got Superboy. Oh no, he's found himself in Gem World. And back to the artist we like. Sorry, Vic, you're a fine artist. You don't belong in this episode in the middle of this issue. Sorry. You deserve your own book. But Patrick Gleason is the artist we like on this book. And here we see, he's just submitting. What happened to the cocky, I don't follow the rules, Superboy? Oh, he's been broken by these gem people. I don't understand. Oh. So he's like trying to explain, why do you have this Superman shirt, blah, 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 blah. You're either an Earthen or a Kryptonian or both. Why would they think that? Why would they come to this conclusion that he's half Kryptonian? That is the last possible thing you should jump to the conclusion. The only way that he could be both... Okay, not the only way because he's a clone. I was going to say the only way he could be both is if he was born from Superman, but he was a clone. So I guess there's two ways he could be. But either way, highly unlikely. Like, how many people on the planet? 7 billion? Like 1 in 7 billion chance? No, it's stupid. But that's the conclusion. You're wearing a Superman t-shirt, so you must be either an Earthen or a Kryptonian or both. Either way, what are you doing here? Well, if you don't believe me about the t-shirt, I don't think you're gonna like Connor. Is everything okay? Wah, wah, wah. Look, it's another Superboy. Bendis has given us another Superboy. Ah! So stupid. Who is that? That is my wife. Dun, dun, dun! Superboy's married. Does that mean we're going to have to stop calling him Superboy? Because it's really weird that a teenager boy is married in the comics. I guess he's a man now. He's done the nasty. He's fostered children. Not that fostering children is doing the nasty. It's a result of doing the nasty. I'm not trying to conflate the two. First the beard, now this. Okay. I have to both simultaneously give credit and shit about this next part. First, the credit to the artist. Gleason, no, he's drawing. Bendis just has him drawing a bunch of holes over and over and over. Okay. But I noticed something on the second pass. I should have noticed on the first. I'm sorry, Patrick. This hole where Robin's in has a certain look. The bars go this way. We have this puddle. And at first, when I read it the first time, I just thought he was giving us different angles to the hole. And I was like, that's cool. He's not just cut and pasting the hole like other artists do. But then I realized, Cassie, Robin, this is her hole. Cassie, where are you? So, look, you can tell who's talking by the look of their hole. That sounds really nasty. And then we get this pen-up shot. Cool, whatever. All right, back to the holes. More holes. Oh, look. We're all stuck. Is that Teen Green Lantern? Teen Lantern is fine. And by the way, Comics Quirks, you're wrong. This is the only Teen Lantern. The other ones were just Teen Lanterns. They were Green Lanterns who were teens, and they aren't part of the continuity. And yeah, I looked it up. So, she's 9. Wait, how are you? She's 9 years old? What the? Oh my God. Wow. Cassie? Oh, something is. I'm not going to read all this. More holes. Oh, look! Page 3, more holes. Oh, God. The end. Oh. This still was not as bad. Oh, that's terrible. This still was not as bad as the first issue. So I'll give it that credit. But it's bad. It's not bad in a painful way. Like if you watch my review of Female Furies, oh my God. This is just bad in a lazy, self-impressed way. This is more on the lines of the Gail Simone type stuff. And it's just Bendis stretching things out. These 3 issues could have all been one comic book. And I think that's how I'm starting to see how he gets away with writing so many books. I think he's like writing 10 books a month right now. It's utterly ridiculous. Unheard of. Back in the 90s, if you would have said a writer write, no. They wouldn't even have let a writer write 10 books a month. If Chris Claremont's like, I want to write more books, Marvel would have been like, no, you can't. So Bendis is writing something. I'm like, how is he doing it? Well, really, if every book is actually 3 books and you can divide 10, so he's writing about 3 1/3 books a month, which is actually doable. See, I still think a writer shouldn't write more than 2 books a month. I think that's a lot. A really good writer will write like 1. But that's it. Like and subscribe. I got nothing more to say. Thanks for watching.